Welcome into Western Hall here. We're getting ready for the third place matchup here in the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. We got the Macomb High Bombers taking on the Peoria Christian Chargers. The Chargers of Illini West just got the win for the fifth placement here in the tournament. A crazy ending to that one. I'm Luke Little, BJ Stone here with me for this matchup. We'll get back to this though. BJ, looking like a good game between the number 4 ranked team coming into this tournament and the number 2 ranked team.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Peoria Christian seeded second, but ran into that Rockridge buzzsaw in the semifinal game, and the Rockets with the 3 seed will be in the championship game here in about an hour and a half against West Hancock. So the Chargers come back, quick turnaround for both of these teams after playing this afternoon. As Blaze Kimmel from the Illini West Chargers told us, fatigue is a factor. I mean, these guys are tired. This is the 4th game in 3 days, 2nd game of the day for all these teams. It's just a matter of who wants it more and who can find a little bit of extra energy to keep it going. Yeah,
Peoria Christian, their last game today took place at 12 o'clock, and that one was a barn burner. That one started out hot, opened the gates. It was 31 to 40 at halftime, and then Rockridge got the better of them there in the second half, but they were with them neck and neck, it seemed, in the first quarter, even really in the second, and they started to make a little bit of comeback there in the fourth. And over on Macomb side of thing, they took on the number 1 seeded West Hancock Titans, ended up trailing and falling in that one by, I believe, around 20 points. But, you know, Macomb, they struggled from the field as a team, shooting under 30%. So that's got to be something they really need to change here in this one.
Yeah, they do need to shoot better tonight because this Charger team is going to shoot it well. There will never be a problem with the Chargers' shooting effort. They've got a couple of guys that can drive and kick. They can get to the basket, penetrate, and score. They've got a couple of great spot shooters outside. When they were down 20, there was no worry. There was just a calm almost. They were down 20 to Rockridge, 53-33, and came, well, pardon the pun, charging back to get within about 6 points. Almost got it down to 4 at one point. But Jordan Harris and the Rockets, very mature in their own right, and they stayed with it.
We're about 140 away from tip-off here in the third place game here at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. The Macomb High Bombers finished the runner-up last year, lost to Rockridge in the championship matchup. If we can, let's take a look at our keys to the game to open up this one. We'll start off with Peoria Christian Chargers. They got to keep the energy. They kind of got a little bit lackluster against Rockridge there in their last matchup. Just kind of fell off. They got a little quick with their shots, and then they got to attack this Bombers squad. And, you know, looking at the Bombers, they got to limit their fouls. They got into a decent amount of foul trouble against West Hancock in their last game. Drew Watson had 3 going into half. So Peoria Christian's got to attack that, and then Macomb's got to get the 3 ball going.
Well, and you mentioned with the foul trouble, Macomb's got to be very careful. This Peoria Christian team will look to get into the paint at every opportunity. A couple of slick guards, and you don't want to get your better players sitting on the bench with 2 or 3 fouls early in the first half, that's for sure.
This Peoria Christian team sure can get out and run with anybody. We'll see how Macomb can keep up with that pace. We're going to have the national anthem here coming up because it is the last matchup for Macomb here today.
Adjust my radio here. All right, good to go.
Welcome to the United Community Bank third place game between the Peoria Christian Chargers.
We're going to take a quick break here before we get ready for the national anthem, and we'll be back for tip-off here on TSSR Game Time Live.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Beautiful national anthem there. We're going to get our starting lineups ready to go. We'll start off with the Peoria Christian Chargers, and then we'll get tip-off for this third-place matchup. As we mentioned before, the Illini West Chargers ended up getting the fifth-place win against the Eureka Hornets. That just came earlier, and it was a big thanks to Ethan Carlisle, buzzer beater 3 to send them to overtime and then knock down a couple of shots there as well.
Some of our officials are at midcourt. And Dave, the guy with the, I would say, lighter colored hair, has been an official for 45 years, getting recognized here at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament tonight.
This is his last year officiating, so this just a huge round of applause for being in this career, I would say, for 40 years. And, you know, all the games that he's refereed, as much as we want to shout at the officials and say, oh, that's the wrong call, the games can't happen without him. So,
I was chatting with him earlier, and he said 45 years, all of the parts are original still in the body, but if he goes to the doctor, they're going to be cutting some away.
And a huge round of applause and standing ovation comes.
You know, at a crisis level here at the high school level for officials, it's very hard to get people to officiate. You've got to put up with, you know, the parents have been pretty bad the last few years. Let's be honest. There's so much pressure on these guys. Same thing with coaches. To some extent, same thing with young men that want to play or young women that want to play the game. Just let them play and stay off of the officials and just enjoy the contest. We'll take care of bringing you the game. And I get on officials a little bit when I'm calling games every now and again. But at the same time, when somebody's doing well, we let them know. And this tournament has been outstanding for officiating in this gymnasium all week long.
We're getting our starting lineup here for the Chargers. Number 0, junior Trey Brickner. Number 1, Malachi Persinger. Number 2, Gavin Walder. And number 3, Jacob Walton. And there you see number 4, Josh Walton. Now we'll get our starting lineups for the home team, the Macomb High Bombers, still with a nice crowd behind us, rooting them on for this matchup here today. Again, these are both these teams' second matchup within the past 7-8 hours of the day. So, and both those games were physical, long, fast games, so that they're going to be tired.
Well, and Jason Persinger, I was talking to him standing there watching the overtime of the game that was just concluded. And he said, yeah, they're a little fatigued, and we got a couple days off after this, so let's see if we can't ramp it up until next week and, you know, play as hard as you can tonight and rest up tomorrow.
Getting our starting lineup here for the Bombers, number 0, Nolan Hogue, the 6'4", junior. Number 1, Drew Watson. Number 5, Malachi Conley. Number 12, Braden Holthouse, the 6'1", senior. And number 25, Langdon Lambert will round out the starting squad here for the Bombers. Tip's going to be between Josh Walton and Nolan Hogue.
3 seniors in the starting lineup for Peoria Christian. They have one of the more veteran starting lineups here. The 2 juniors are 0, Trey Brickman, and 3, Jacob Walton.
The Chargers win the tip, and going off of that, they only have 2 underclassmen listed here on their roster for this tournament, a heavy upper-class squad. Chargers with it, gets a screen. Shot a lot of three-pointers there in their game against Rock Ridge. And as we said, they were keeping with them for a bit, just kind of fell off in the second half. But let's see how their legs are doing here for this one. Kick it outside. Josh Walton drives in. Has to dish it back out. Nothing inside. Another dish. Three-pointer. Brickner. That one's good, and Brickner hits it again. The Sports Corner three-pointer falls in a quick 3-0 lead and some full-court pressure.
Full court pressure applied by Peoria Christian, not necessarily looking for the turnover as much as they are looking to make Macomb use 6 or 7 seconds before they get it into the front court. Macomb has been one of the teams that's run the clock down the furthest before getting the shots that they want.
Here already, 15 seconds on the clock. Watson with it, gives it over to Conley. Down low, layup up, no good there from Lambert. And Peoria Christian with a chance to extend their lead. We'll get our starting lineups going here. Euro step layup is up, but they're going to call a travel here on Josh Walton. Here you see Brickner, Persinger, Walter, Jacob Walton, and Josh Walton as the starting five for Peoria Christian.
That drive to the hole, little Euro, and he added a little bit of Asia to it, and that's just too many.
Here we see our starting lineup for the Bombers. Nice little lob there. Hogue, reverse layup, no good, just short. Out of bounds. They're going to say it's staying here with the Bombers.
Getting it off quick is one thing, but you also want to set yourself, turn your body if you can, and get a good look, fundamentally sound layup. Macomb's missed two that way here early.
Holthouse corner, three-pointer. That one's good. Holthouse hits it early, and that's one of our keys. They got to knock down those three balls. Makes it 3-3 all square here. Chargers with it. Looking around. A little bit of passing it around. Nothing much inside. Kind of a not necessarily a shorter lineup for the Chargers. All these players are decent height, but no real players standing out in this squad in the starting five. As physicality down low. Hogue gets a block on Brickner. The Bombers with a chance to take the lead. Good defense there. Skip pass up to Hogue. Puts a shot up. No good, and another missed layup from the Bombers.
Bombers can't afford to miss good chances in transition like that. They won't get many.
Persinger with it. Gives it over. Walton loses control. Body's on the floor. This is Jacob Walton with it, and a jump ball going to be called. Possession arrow pointing for the Bombers. We saw some good defense from the Bombers yesterday against Mercer County. We even saw it at the beginning of the West Hancock game. West Hancock started to get their rhythm and find their groove, but I mean, this Bomber defense, when they're hustling, when they're moving, when they're switching, they're going to be hard to score on.
You see Peoria Christian trying to get the midcourt trap. Malachi, number 5, stop where you do not want to stop against that half-court trap.
Right across the half-court line. Drew Watson will take a three. That one rolls in, and another three-pointer for Macomb. Second Sports Corner three. Drew Watson's got his first points of the game. Chargers with it. 5 minutes on the clock. We're 3 minutes into the first quarter already here. Persinger with it. Nice little no-look dish. They don't take it. Moving it back around. Holthouse on the defense. Persinger with the ball. No subs in the game yet here for either team. They give it over to Walter. Working against Watson. Spin move. Nice little wraparound pass. Layup's good for Jacob Walton, and that feed was perfect down low.
Playing off 2 feet. Didn't leave his feet. Didn't jump. Get himself in trouble. Had plenty of time to look around, find the open man.
Holthouse gives it over to Conley. Conley also struggled shooting the ball against the Titans earlier. He'll try a three. That one, no good, just a little left. Rebounded by Josh Walton. Chargers on the counterattack. Corner, three-pointer, up. That's no good. Off the front of the rim there. And the Bombers get it back.
A rare miss for Brickner out of that spot. He likes those corner threes.
Bombers up by 1 here, 6-5, thanks to 2 three-pointers, one from Holthouse, one from Watson. Holthouse with it again. Step back, long 2. That's banked in. He gets it to fall.
There's no banks in this area open at this time except right here in Western Hall.
Chargers with it. Drive. Persinger kicks it out. Brickner 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Watson. Bombers with it again. Nice little game so far from Macomb.
Good job by Conley to get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Gives it out to Hogue at the elbow. Kicks it out. Holthouse. Deep three-pointer. No good. Conley gets the rebound. Working inside. Throws one up. Fouled on the way. Persinger's going to pick it up. That'll be the first foul of the game, and we only got 3:35 left to go here in the first quarter. Pretty clean game so far.
How many times have you called a game where Malachi fouls Malachi?
Man, not very many.
Malachi Persinger in the foul. Malachi Conley to the line to shoot 2.
First free throw here for the Bombers in this matchup. That one is good for Malachi Conley. Got 3
Finally
subs.
see some subs for Peoria Christian. Drew Gamma had a good game in the game that got them to this third-place game. He wears number 14, and he replaces Brickner. Macomb brought in a couple of guys, too.
Nick Elby and Cooper Hobson check into the game here for the Bombers. They extend their lead 10-5 here. Persinger drives, kicks it out. And a foul going to be called against Holthouse. This will be his first of the game. Bombers' first of the game as well. Just trying to get inside and kick it back out. On the inbound, Josh Walton gives it to Jacob Walton. Seen only one three-pointer made so far for this Peoria Christian team, who I believe had 7 made three-pointers at halftime against Rock Ridge. Here we see a three-pointer. Persinger, that one is good and right on cue. Malachi Persinger, that's nasty.
You just called it perfectly, right on time, and there it was. Yeah, they were shooting about 50% from deep for most of that game today.
Both teams combined were shooting about 50% from three. It was a wild game, and they ended up losing that one. Thanks to, Bull had a great game in that, along with some other Rock Ridge players. Drive by Holthouse. Doesn't get it to fall, but he'll head to the line for 2 here. Nice little baseline drive, and 2 more free throws coming away for the Bombers.
Replay of that coming up, and you may have seen the official give the signal that he got hit and grazed across the top of the head, which is what drew the foul.
Persinger's got to be careful. This is his 2nd foul of the game. That one is good, and here we'll get a look at it. 11-8 the score. Went baseline, goes up, a foul, knocks down 1. See if he can knock down 2. Second one is up and good, and Braden Holthouse has himself, I believe, 5 in this matchup now. 12-8 the score, 2:35 on the clock. Good defense from Holthouse. That's going to be off the leg. So they're going to say it's off the leg there of Gavin Walder.
So Holthouse hit it off Walder's leg, and then he went back into backcourt to pick it up, thinking he was just going to pick it up and restart the possession. But since he was the last one to touch it in the front court, it is an over and back.
Correct call there from the official. Bombers get it back. Defense is holding strong so far. They get it out. This is Hobson with it. Watson tries a deep 3. That one no good. Head on, doesn't get it to fall. Walder with the rebound. Chargers with it. Gives it down low. Nice pass. That's Andrew Garrick. Back out. Three-pointer is good for Gavin Walder. And 11-12 now the score. Some more pressure here, as you said, just trying to take some time off the shot clock. Bombers down to 27 when they get across.
Technically, I'd call it a 1-2-2 half court, but they extend it just over the midcourt line.
Three-pointer from Holthouse, no good. Skip pass up here to Walder.
Pretty pass.
Beautiful move, but the layup is no good. Bombers have it back, up by 1, 1:40 to go here in the first quarter.
It's Andrew Garrick, number 21, just checked in for Peoria Christian, had a good look inside.
I like the idea there from Watson. It's just no good, a little right. Holthouse has it. Shot clock reset. Holthouse, oh my, nasty move, doesn't get it to go in. Persinger gets the rebound. Pushing the pace, goes up with it, left hand. He gets it to fall, nice little move.
That'll drive a coach crazy. If you get beat down court by a guy who's also dribbling while he's running, that's tough.
Wide open, Elby doesn't get it to fall. Good hands. Oh, little extracurricular there at the end of it. Good hands by number 22, Cooper Hobson, but he's going to get called for the foul. That'll be the second team foul for the Bombers. We'll get another look at that here. Just that, there wasn't a call there at the end, but just a little bit, fighting to the whistle.
Play to the whistle.
I think that's more of a football term, but we'll use it here in basketball as well.
Yeah, sometimes you play a little that's a whistle too.
Persinger with it, puts up a floater. That's no good. Rebounded by Conley. Conley with it here. Gives it over to the corner. Elby drives, shoulder down. They're going to call a block against number 21, I believe. That's going to be Andrew Garrick.
Didn't quite get set in time because Elby was coming like a freight train out of the corner.
Elby, that's one way to put it. Looked like he was driving, a Hummer or something down there into the lane.
Maybe he's the reason I always get stopped by a train coming into Macomb.
Yeah.
The Elby train.
Oh, Conley loses control. Persinger on the fast break. Goes up. Good defense from Conley. Prevents the layup. He gets back. Makes up for the turnover. And that pass just a little high there from Holthouse. He must have thought Watson was Nolan Hogue.
Looked like a Caleb Williams pass.
No, man. Are you a Bears fan?
Sometimes they're a little bit high.
Yeah.
Am I a Bears fan?
Yeah. No?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Me neither. So we can say that all.
I know they're laughing in the truck right now because they know better.
18 seconds on the clock. No shot clock here for this possession. Peoria Christian up 1. Tight game so far here for our first quarter of this third place matchup. Gets a screen, goes back. Persinger three-pointer, that's no good. It's going to be a little long. Might have nicked the rib. Oh, they're going to call it tipped by Holthouse.
1.6 seconds to get a shot off here. Now watch, they ran this play earlier. They line up 4 guys. They're going to throw it all the way out to the top and set a triple pick for the three-point shooter, is what they did last time.
They do it again here. Walter with it, throws it up. That one is no good, a little right.
Macomb played it well.
Good defense there from the Bombers. It's 13-12 here at the end of the first quarter. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH in the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. We'll be back after this.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Welcome back here to the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. Quick word from one of our sponsors, Ron L.B. Auto Sales. With locations in Macomb and Augusta, and with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron L.B. Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. And Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris. Or visit www.ronlb.com to check out their inventory.
So you just told me during the break that Dwayne Hulett has not seen the movie Fletch.
I think this might have been the 6th time we've brought this up, and I couldn't believe that he hadn't seen Fletch, but he just said it's because he doesn't like movies that much. Chargers are going to get the ball here to start the second quarter up by 1.
One of the great basketball dreams of all time in that movie. Chevy Chase is a Laker.
That's one of the things I brought up. Malachi Conley's listed as 5'8", but he's 5'10" with the hair.
With the hair.
See, you get it. That BJ, that just makes me so happy. Drive stripped away by the Bombers. Good defense there. Drew Gamma loses control of it, gives it to the Bombers.
Well, they got the legendary Chick Hearn, the Laker broadcaster, to say that in the movie. Here comes Fletch, 6'5", 6'9", with the hair. Great movie. It's all ball bearings these days, fellas.
Pass from Watson, stolen away by the Chargers. Brickner with it. Just moving it around the outside. Drive inside now. Walton goes up. Layup, no good. Rebound by Hogue, and a foul going to be called against Andrew Gehrig. This will be the first of the quarter to the Chargers.
That was a good first step by Josh Walton, but making the recovery and getting down to the baseline to cut him off, Langdon Lambert did a nice job defensively. Macomb continues to play well on the defensive end.
Isaac Linebaugh in the game here for the Bombers.
2-3 zone slapped up by the Chargers. How do you beat a zone? Go over the top.
Give it out to Watson. He tries to go baseline. He's going to get a light double team there. Back to Linebaugh. Give it to the middle. Elbow. Kick out. Holthouse doesn't take the 3. Skip pass. Watson. He'll try it in the face of a Charger defender. That was Gehrig on the defense. They're going to give it to the Chargers. Foul going to be called against the Bombers. That's going to go on number 25, Langdon Lambert.
Both teams with one foul early here in quarter 2. Malachi Conley is back for the Bombers.
Persinger going to bring it up. Still a 1-point lead here, a minute and a half into the second quarter. No points for either team yet. And this, Peoria Christian had 31 against Rock Ridge in the first half, and they're sitting at 13 here against the Bombers. And again, that could just be because of their legs. That pass going to be tipped out of bounds by Holthouse. It's going to stay here with the Chargers. But as I was saying, the legs of the Chargers, they might have gone away at this point from what they've had, at least previously. 2 games in a day is tough.
Well, they also scored 15 points in 2 minutes in the second half against Illini West.
Yes.
So occasionally they get a charge of electricity.
Ooh, step back, no good there for Persinger. Good hands from the Bombers.
Fresh 35.
5:55 on the clock. 13-12, still our score here. Persinger with it. Had a nice game. I believe he had 18 points against Rock Ridge. Now Brickner with it. Drives inside. Tries to kick it out to the three-point line in the corner. Loses it a little bit, but they retain. Nothing on the inside yet. Kick out. Brickner at the top of the key. Drives. Corner. Three-pointer. That's up. No good. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Hogue. Bombers with the counterattack.
That was with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Not what Peoria Christian is used to doing.
Watson gives it out to Hogue. Now Holthouse thought about the three. Doesn't take it. Kicks it out to Conley in the corner. Wants a screen, or at least pointed for one. He gives it back up top to Holthouse. In the middle. Trying to fight against the zone. Conley will try a three. That one's no good. Strong rebound from Josh Walton. And the Chargers get it back.
Yeah, Walton just went up and got that one.
Persinger kicks it to the corner. Brickner, he'll try a three, and Brickner's got a quick release. That one was just short.
He is off from where he was this afternoon. Let's try it again.
Brickner with it. Looking around. Defense from Conley here. Just has to lob it up to Persinger. They're going to slow it down. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Interesting that Holthouse, who's probably one of the forwards, one of the big men, is out on the perimeter guarding Persinger.
Brickner's three, no good. Tip, though, by the Bombers. Gives it right to the Peoria Christian Chargers. That three, no good, and the struggles from three-land continue here for the Chargers.
Both teams, really.
Both teams, yeah.
Nobody has scored. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. Might see that fatigue is really starting to kick in right now.
A little bit credit to the defense, a little bit credit to the shots just not being there. Nice little layup in there, right to silence us. Langdon Lambert knocks down the layup, gives the Bombers back the lead. Another lead change here at Western Hall. Chargers with it. Brickner kicks it out. Persinger. That one's up, no good. Looked on, but rattles off of the rim. They give it over to the corner. Just swinging it around. Watson with it. And I will say to Philip Johnson in the comments section saying the pace of this game is in Macomb's favor. It's more half court.
Yes,
Rockets and PC game was up and down, and I would have to completely agree with you. The slower pace, this is what we saw against West Hancock a little bit. This is the type of play the Macombers like. Macomb Bombers like to play, not the Macombers. So I'm not quite sure what that is, but 5
special
seconds.
Mascot.
5 seconds on the shot clock, and there's the three for Holthouse. He gets it to fall, and the Sports Corner three falls. 17-13 the score. We'll stay with you here on this timeout. 3:14 on the clock, 2 subs.
Macomb High School ag teacher, which is, you love basketball obviously, but that's what brings you out tonight, I think, is supporting some of your kids, I'm sure, that play basketball and students that are cheerleaders and so on, right?
Yep, we've got several players that are out there on the Bomber team this year, and I was joking with a couple of them before the game started, said I want 21 points tonight, so we'll see how they do.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's good to see you out here. I know you spend a lot of time in a gym anyway, but is it nice to be able to relax and watch a game?
Yeah, it's good to sit back. This is good basketball.
All right, well, Wyatt, thanks a lot. Congratulations on a successful winter and a great FFA program.
Thank you.
Send it back to you guys.
Chargers with the ball here, 3 minutes on the clock. Thanks to Dwayne Hulett for that interview. 17-13 the score. Baseline drive, layup up and in there for Josh Walton. He's got 2 more points with that one. Nice little move on the inside, not afraid to go up with that at all and showcase his athleticism. Bombers with it, have to give it up to Conley. Elby was down low, but good coverage from the Chargers. Moving it around, over to Watson. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. 10 seconds on the clock. Nice pass, and layup is good there from Cooper Hobson, and a beautiful pass down low, giving him the lay.
Well, Hobson sealed off his defender, so it was just him and the basket.
Big three. Oh, my. Malachi Persinger knocks down the three. Crowd goes a little bit quiet here behind us after that one. That was a bomb there from Persinger. 2
Got
minutes.
That one from West Jackson Street.
Yeah, 2 minutes on the clock. Watson gives it over.
They're trying to front in the post again, so keep an eye on Hobson down there.
Tipping it around. Christians come away. Peoria Christian Chargers come away with it. going to be Chargers ball here, tipped out of bounds. 1:42 on the clock. Starting five out there for both teams, or excuse me, just for the Chargers. You got Cooper Hobson out there and Nick Elby for the Bombers. They give it out. This is Jacob Walton with it. Hands it off Persinger. Can't find a lane inside. He brings it back out. 20 seconds on the clock here. Shot clock, I should say. Give it over Brickner. Passing it around the three-point line. The drive, the dish. Kick it back out. 7 seconds, and they're going to call a travel here against Walder.
He hopped ever so slightly on both feet, moving the pivot foot.
Gooden going to say he moved up his foot before he put the ball on the floor. I was actually talking to Mr. Gooding, the official, who made that call. He's a principal down at Hamilton, Illinois for the West Hancock Titans, and I asked him why he wasn't officiating those games, and he said something about conflict of interest or something. So he's out here doing the third place matchup instead of the championship game with this crew. Watson with it. He'll swing it around. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Holthouse with it now. Gets a screen. Can't go inside. Moving it around. 4 seconds on the clock. Conley, 2 seconds. Puts up a 27-footer. That one just off the front of the rim. Elby with the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on the floor against the Chargers. It'll stay here with Macomb.
Well, and one thing about the extra long three, you're going to get an extra long rebound in a lot of cases, and certainly an unpredictable one.
They give it into Watson down low. Working against Jacob Walton. Kicks it back out. 2 second differential, 3 second differential between shot and game clock here. Holthouse with it. Gives it over to Watson. 1 point lead for the Bombers here at half, or almost half, I should say. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 10 seconds. Bombers trying to hold on to it here. Conley goes right. Goes up. Nice dish. Blocked on the layup. Rebounded by the Chargers. They kick it up. Persinger. He's got time. 2 seconds on the clock. Throws up a tough shot. That's no good off the front of the rim. And that's going to be the end of the first half. 19-18 the score. And I believe we will be getting an interview here with Coach Jason Persinger for the Chargers.
No, actually, Dwayne's on your left.
Here with Coach Anderson. Well, it's a close one. Doesn't get much closer than this, Coach, but you've got a couple of teams that played a lot of basketball. How do you get your kids to find the strength to come out and play good defense and score some points in the second half?
Well, I think you got to see some of the bunnies go in the basket, right, Dwayne? Like we had, 2 or 3 bunnies right off the get that we didn't make. And if you make those bunnies early, then everybody's energy level rises tremendously. So if you can manufacture a couple bunnies, then you'll play better defense, you'll rebound, run the floor better. But it's going to be tough. The second half's going to be attrition, right?
Up and down the floor quite a bit here in this first half. You like to slow things down. If you can do that, will that play into your favor, you think?
Well, I think you have to take the opportunities when they're available to just make better decisions.
All right, good luck the second half.
Thanks, man.
We'll turn it over to highlights right now, and then we'll come back with the Western Illinois University Athletic Director and the crew, Mr. Paul Bubb. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the word of that interview with Coach Anderson was bunnies, but here we'll get into some highlights here. Drew Watson, he'll knock down the three-pointer for the Bombers. They got a 1 point lead going into half, but the Chargers are right there too. Holthouse has found his shot there. You see the bank open, and Persinger, man, he's been hot from three-point land. There you see Walder knocking them down as well. But not only outside, the inside as well for both teams. There you see a three-pointer from Holthouse and another nice little drive and layup from Josh Walton. This game has been back and forth, lead change after lead change, and there's Persinger knocking down, man, nearly a 30-footer for the three-point shot. We got Athletic Director Paul Bubb with us here now for halftime. I know you've been at a lot of the games so far.
Been at all of them.
All of them. I seen you even sweeping the floor a little bit here and there, just doing whatever you need to, I guess.
You do what you need to do. That's right.
Yeah. I do have to ask, how have you been liking the high school games so far, moving away from some of the college games that you normally get to watch?
Well, my history with this tournament goes back to when I was a sophomore in high school and actually played in this tournament, that 9 a.m. game against,
the dreaded 9 a.m.
against Peoria Bergen. and I remember that well. So, I mean, my history with this tournament, this Western Hall goes way back in the tournament. I had the chance when I came back here back in 2018 to share with some people I'd been interested in helping on the committee, and luckily got opportunity to do that. But what a great bunch of guys that put this tournament together, and hats off especially to Jerry Kramer for chairing this and putting it together. But there's about 16 volunteers, and they are nothing but volunteers put this together to make it work. And it's been a great tournament, 78 years of it. I enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that we opened up this facility for the good high schools to come in and play on. So.
Well, it's a great event for the kids to get. Like, a lot of these guys may not play basketball after high school, so to get on the big floor, it's really a special feeling for them.
No, I think so, absolutely. And, I'm proud of our facility here and what we've done with it, and the basketball way it's coming back here at Western. So to host this tournament, it means quite a bit to me.
And I do have to say, as a young kid growing up around the area, I remember coming to this, man, when I was 7, 8 years old, just coming to these, watching all the games. And it was always a ton of fun coming with my family, rooting on my high school that I would eventually go to. And even now, out of high school, I played here a little bit. I don't know if you'd call it playing, but I played here a little bit in high school as well. And it's a ton of fun just for everybody to come and watch games. Yeah.
No, and good crowds. I mean, we've had good crowds certainly tonight with the games we've had, and I expect another really good, solid crowd for the championship game with Rock Ridge and West Hancock as well.
And, let's just be honest, this is a great opportunity for parents to see the campus, to see the university, to see the inside of the building. If their kid's undecided, it's a great chance for the kids to see the place too, even those that aren't playing.
No, absolutely. I think that anytime you have an opportunity to get a high school student onto the campus here, it's an opportunity for us to make a sell.
Now, we've got 9 doubleheaders coming up after the new year for men's and women's basketball for Western Illinois, and a great deal to get in and watch those games.
It is. I mean, we've done some things with an OVC package where you can actually get men's and women's season tickets for both. One ticket gets you in for both. And I tell you what, we cut the price so low they wouldn't even tell me what the final price they made on it. But it is a deal you can get. And again, by going on GoLeatherNext.com, you can still get that online.
I want to make sure we promote one big event, Luke, if you'll indulge us here. I want to talk about February 8th and 9th, one of the largest events, actually the largest event in the country, put on by an agriculture school.
The Mag X Show. It's a great event through our School of Agriculture, and the students really put that together and do a nice job in here. We turn this facility over to them, and it's been going on for generations. It's just an outstanding opportunity. And we embrace what we do with agriculture here at Western Illinois University within the athletic department. One of the things we're doing on January 11th is celebrating Ag Day with our basketball game that day, the doubleheader. FHA chapters are being invited in, and some special recognition as well. So we embrace our agricultural background here at Western Illinois University. We're proud of it, and also the Ag Mex Show, as you say, coming up at that time.
The facility is a multi-use facility. I think people don't understand. This is more than just basketball and volleyball happening here. Paul's got something going on in this building, athletics or otherwise, almost every day.
Well, I don't want necessarily to invite people to stop by in January or February, late January, because if you walk in here, there's baseball being thrown at one end. There's baseball and softball batting cages up in the upper level. You've got world-class pole vaulters training here down in the Ace Gym, as well as our triple jump, long jump, and high jumpers going at it. So, and of course, the basketball practice going on. So
it's an amazing thing to see. Then the weight room and the football team's in there banging on those heavy weights. It's a busy time, and Paul's office down here in the northwest corner of the building.
I don't tell people where it's at.
Okay, southeast corner of the building.
I think I might have even seen the golf team in that weight room sometimes working out.
I'm sure they have
lifts in.
No, every one of our coaches participate in the sport performance area in some type of training, physical training. Golf teams, tennis team, it doesn't matter. And for some teams it's different. For some teams it's more about endurance than it is pure strength.
Right.
For some teams it's more about building up the physical conditioning, just being able to go. It's the golf game that you and I play riding around the cart. It's not the same
as
the
a
one
different
that
game.
the college golfer plays when they're out there walking 36 holes in 2 days.
So safe to say that this tournament, as long as they want to have it, as long as those volunteers want to have it and pass it down to the new volunteers, will always have a home.
As far as I'm concerned, we've gone 78 years now. A few years ago, the 75th year, we actually brought back the MVPs, as many of those as we could. And I want to do that again coming up on the 80th anniversary in 2 years. But to bring the former MVPs back, my high school coach was actually a 2-time MVP here in this tournament back when the Western Lab School existed.
Wow.
And, it always is nice to bring those people back and recognize and honor them, and I want to do that again. But, no, it's a great tournament. Interesting way to spend 3 days after Christmas and before New Year's, and already planning next year's tournament, I know.
And on a personal note, Paul, coming out of the Ipava area and VIT High School, Vermont, Ipava, Table Grove, the whole donor family was here today, and you got to see all of them sitting down there rooting on Eureka.
Yeah, Mark, I watched Mark play in high school, and I watched him play up at Bradley University. Aaron, I didn't have a chance to watch play, but he was in school, and my daughter was at VIT and stuff, so, quite a bit of history. I actually walked by and said, "Go Hornets," and I wasn't thinking so much about the Eureka Hornets when I said that. I was referring back to the old VIT Hornets that is now, of course, co-opted with Astoria and is the South Fulton Rebels. So
outstanding. Well, Paul, thanks for taking the time, and thanks for everything you've done this week and all the volunteers. What a tournament.
Appreciate the coverage here. Thank you.
All right. Paul Bubb, athletic director from Western Illinois University, stopping by with us. And, Luke, if Dwayne is he's waiting for Coach Persinger, and he's going to get a little interview here for us before we get back at it in half number 2. And as he stands by, we can tell you once again the Bombers lead the Chargers 19-18, a pace that certainly suits Macomb. The Chargers going to want to try to up-tempo this thing a little bit if they can come half number 2. And Dwayne has Coach Jason Persinger now over there, and we'll see if we can get it to him, if he can see my hand waving through the referees.
All right, well, Coach, 53 seconds to go in halftime here. You guys are down by 1. Macomb hit some shots. You guys hit some shots. Been kind of back and forth. Been kind of that way all day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a slugfest. Our guys are tired, maybe feeling a little sorry for themselves, and they got to battle through that a little bit.
Well, that Coach Anderson said beginning of halftime, this is going to be a battle of attrition. You kind of feel the same way?
I do, absolutely. Whoever is standing and battling and executing their late is going to win this ball game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
We'll take our last break. Here we go. It'll be second half when we come back.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back here to Western Hall. We're getting ready for the second half. 19-18 the score here. The Bombers with the lead coming out of the break. Leading scorer there in the first half was Braden Holthouse. He had 10 points, went 3 for 6 shooting, followed by Malachi Persinger for the Chargers with 8. Bombers are going to get the ball here to start off the half. And there, it seemed like an alley-oop to Conley. He comes back down with it, gets the layup to fall, makes it 21-18. Persinger with it, tried to go baseline, can't find a lane. Kicks it around. Walton with it, has to kick it back out. Brickner, he'll try a 3, that's no good. Rebounded by Josh Walton. They give it back down. Jacob Walton with it. Slow it back down. Very quick slowing of the pace there for the Chargers. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here with Peoria Christian.
No reset on the shot clock. 22 stays on it.
Walter going to have the inbound here for the Chargers.
Now, make no bones about it. All week we've talked about the shot clock. I like it a lot. The only thing that I would adjust is if the offense gets a rebound, don't give them the full 35. Give them a lesser amount like they do at the college level.
Yeah, you see it. I believe they do that in the NBA as well, where instead of going back to 24, it'll go to 14 seconds, I believe. Layup there, reverse, no good from Persinger. Bombers get it. 3-point lead, a chance to extend it here. Watson drive inside, blocked by Walter. And good defense there from Peoria Christian. Holthouse meets Persinger quick. Kicks it over. Walder, baseline. Loses his defender, goes up, knocks down the little 10-foot shot.
He's a good one. I like his game a lot. And I like the honesty from Coach Jason Persinger. You guys feeling a little sorry for ourselves and maybe just go out and play basketball this second half, right?
Gotta love all these coaches' honesty here. I mean, every single coach at this tournament has been amazing to work with, interview-wise.
Dynamite bunch of people.
They've all been absolutely amazing. Conley thought about the three, doesn't take it. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Holthouse with it, goes down low. Up top, Conley. He'll take a long three-pointer. That's no good off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, Hogue throws it up and in off the back iron.
Another long rebound off a missed three. These are what the coaches are considering tight rims, and you can see that affecting the rebounding.
Brickner's three is no good, and his struggles from deep continue here. Brickner.
Different game for that young man. He was red hot in the last game that they played.
I believe Brickner is 1 for 7 from the three-point land here in this one so far. He's only got 3 points in the game.
If he does get hot, look out.
Oh, man. Good defense there from Josh Walton. Fast break chance here for Peoria Christian, and they're going to call a foul here, trying to strip it away from him as he's driving. This will go on number 12, Braden Holthouse. It'll be his second of the game, team's first of the quarter. 5:30 to go here in the third. But a tight matchup so far in this third-place game. Number 2 ranked Peoria Christian, number 4 ranked Macomb High Bombers. They kick it back out, Jacob Walton with it. Wraparound pass, can't find his target, out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of the Chargers. It'll be Bomber basketball. Watson with it, and they'll bring it up slowly. And I do have to keep going back to this comment, thanks to Philip Johnson. This pace of play heavily favors Macomb, especially with a lead.
Oh, absolutely. They can dictate tempo. If they can dictate tempo with the lead like this, they can be very, very hard to beat. This time an offensive foul, however, called on Holthouse. Oh, check that. Lambert, his second. And Macomb has 2 fouls in the period. No fouls on Peoria Christian at this point.
Persinger with the ball here. 5 minutes to play. 3 minutes through this third quarter. Gets a screen left side. Hands it off to Walder. Guarded by Holthouse. Tries to size him up. Backs him down. Doesn't shoot the fadeaway. Hands it off to Persinger instead. Loses it off his foot. Retains it. Kicks it out. Open three. Brickner fakes. Nice pump fake. Gets Watson way up in the air. Layup is no good. I like the drive, though, there from Brickner. Skip pass up to Holthouse. Can't come down with it cleanly. He'll have to give it back out.
Well, that's Macomb's game, though. He didn't want to force it. Set up the offense.
Hogue with it now. Just moving around top of the key. Holthouse thought about the deep three-pointer. Would have been about a 25-footer. Give it down low. Holthouse, little spin move. Didn't really go anywhere with the spin move, but he got open. He puts it up, knocks it down. 25-20 lead now for Macomb. Oh, my. Quick three. Persinger, that's short. Looked good, but it only got net. That's for sure.
When the legs aren't there, the field goal shooting is one of the first things affected. And what you can try to do is get yourself some post points down low if possible.
And there we see Ethan Carlisle eating his popcorn. Man, we were eating our popcorn when he knocked down that buzzer beater three at the end of their game against the Eureka Hornets. Send it to overtime, and man, Ethan Carlisle, what a game there. You basically make your high school career if you make a shot like that.
Well, Thursday when they won their opening game, I said, man, whether he has the most points or most rebounds is not the point of this game. He's the most valuable player of the game, just the way he controlled the flow, and apparently did that again tonight in the 5th place game.
Illini West always a scrappy, fight for it, hard-working team, and it's no different this year. I get 5th place overall in the tournament out of 16 teams.
First trophy they take home from the tourney in 10 years.
Bombers with it, drive by Hogue, puts it up, right hand, left side, gets it to fall. Good little move, gets his arms underneath the arms of the blockers.
Yep.
Able to find the backboard, knocks it down. Pass down low, Josh Walton kicks it out. Three-pointer, that's up, no good. Airballed, and Peoria Christian, man, they're slowing down from the three-point arc. Watson, beautiful layup, doesn't fall in. It's going to be just not hard enough.
Persing is going to check out, replaced by Jacob Walton back in the lineup. And Peoria Christian's at a dangerous point right now. They're down 7. They're very cold from the field. Only 2 third quarter points. They got to get something going offensively.
Get a stop, fast break opportunity would be huge here.
He's got to get it inside and get some points, get confidence. I mean, the threes are not only not falling, they're not even drawing iron at this point.
Conley's three is no good. Hits iron but doesn't fall. Chargers with it. Walter takes on Watson. Turnaround fadeaway jumper. That one's good, and there's what you're talking about right there.
Get it into the mid-range, get it in tight. See if he kind of takes over on offense right now. He's a player that has the potential and the ability to do that from what I've seen here just this week.
Conley with it. Hands it off. Watson drives inside. Throws up a little floater. Rebound. And they're going to call a jump. Possession arrow pointing for Peoria Christian.
And Peoria Christian a few years ago joined the ICAC, which is a very tough conference made up of mostly 1A schools, but good ones. Brimfield, a recent state champion. Illini Bluffs has been down to state. Delavan's always good. It's a good competitive conference, and Peoria Christian has not only done well in conference, they've won 5 regionals in a row.
2 minutes on the clock here in the third, down by 7. Shot from Walter, no good. Linebaugh gets away with it. I got to credit Linebaugh. I love to watch him play. He is giving effort on defense all the time, no matter where he is. When he's in the game, Linebaugh is giving all that he's got. Pass down low, tipped away. LB comes away with it. Foul is going to be called here against number 24, Ben Waite, I believe. We'll see who it's going to be called on.
First Charger foul of the third quarter. Maybe you want to be a little bit more aggressive and get some fouls trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, only, as you said, just one foul in the quarter. Nobody really in too critical of foul condition here. Nice little floater from Watson falls.
Some of the Lady Titans just walked by, and you had some good news for them.
Yeah, the Lady Titans moving on to the championship game, I believe, down in Beardstown.
And we're talking about West Hancock's Lady Titans.
Yes. And the boys team for West Hancock as well, going to be in the championship game taking place next here at Western Hall. Some good news for both those squads, a chance to bring home some Christmas hardware from both areas of the court.
I guess they truly are the Titans of the area this week.
Give it out, Persinger with it, goes baseline. Doesn't give it away, he'll just dribble through. Little hezzy, kicks it back out. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jacob Walton with it, kicks it over. That was Waite, back up top. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Nice pass down low. Oh, misses the layup. A foul going to be called on the floor. And that, I mean, that's a great pass right there from Walter. Jacob Walton just can't finish it. But a good look.
But they get a fresh 35. There's some very odd inbound settings.
Chargers with it here. Quick three, Persinger. That's airballed, no good. And he can't find his rhythm here in this quarter, it seems, from three-point land.
Way too many three balls from outside, or air balls from outside. Take it inside, get some hoops. The legs aren't there for the three balls tonight. You can't shoot the ball from outside and get it in close. They know that.
Bombers with it, corner three, Holthouse, that's no good. Rebounded by Walter. Good outlet pass up to Persinger, see if he can get it inside and score. Good defense from Conley, goes out of bounds, but prevents the layup.
He timed that perfectly, stripping the ball away from Malachi Persinger as he was just about to put it up.
Chargers going to have the inbound here. As you said, weird sets. Normally you see a lot of players sitting down low on the block, and everybody sitting outside of the three-point arc.
Well, they're 5 out right now. They want to clear the floor and see if they can get one of their penetrating guards, either Persinger or Walter, to get inside. Holding for the last shot here, really.
3-second differential between shot and game clock. Persinger with it. Drives inside. Good little move. Puts it up. No good. And a foul. They're going to call it a reach over the back against Persinger.
Nothing's falling for the Chargers.
His third foul of the game. 8 seconds to go here. Bombers can get up a clean shot. They wrap it around. Holthouse with it. 4 seconds. Throws one up. Deep corner, and it rolls in. Holthouse gets it to fall. Makes it 32-22, 10-point lead. Head into the break. We'll see you in the fourth quarter here at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
Welcome back here to Western Hall on the campus of Western Illinois University. It's the third place game, and I'm here with one of the coaches from the championship game, Jordan Harris. And, Coach, I'll tell you what, this game looks like maybe some fatigue setting in a little bit. Is that a concern for you guys? I know you've been to the championship game before. You won it last year. Kids look like they're relaxing quite a bit. Are you trying to get as much rest as you can?
Yeah. Got off our feet a little bit, got some good food. Enjoy Macomb a little bit, so hopefully we're refocused and re-energized a little bit and legs aren't too heavy.
As you watch this game, you know, Peoria Christian, you saw them. They shot really well against you guys. They look like they're struggling a little bit. They've had an hour and a half less break than you guys are going to have for the championship game. Do you think that quicker turnaround is maybe a little bit of the fatigue in the shooting?
A little bit. I think Macomb guards the ball really well, too. And then they prep for teams really well. Like Coach Jeremy is a really good coach, and he always has his teams ready to play. So it's a little bit of both, maybe a little bit of fatigue, but Macomb's definitely deserves a little bit of credit for how they're guarding right now, too.
Now I got to ask you, Landon Bull made a three late in the game, and I saw him shush somebody. Now, rumor has it that he was shushing you. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we got a little inside joke where in those type of situations, we tell him to drive it. If he makes it, or if he shoots it and makes it, he can shush me. But if it goes the other way around and we drive it or we get a better layup opportunity later on in that possession, I can shush him. So it worked out in his favor this time. But normally I win that battle. So we'll let it slide this time.
I've never seen a kid smile and shush somebody that big at the end of a basketball game than I saw him doing it.
Yeah. And he got that old man game to him. He knows what he's capable of. And he's a really good player. So, and I've seen him work on his game a lot. So I really do trust him shooting that shot, but it's all good.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you to Dwayne and Coach Harris there for the interview. He's going to be playing for his second championship game in a row, this time against the West Hancock Titans. Bombers, who fell to Coach Harris and the Rockets last year, trying to get third place this year for the 78th annual Macomb Western Holiday Tournament.
Well, it's looking better for them, too. They just scored and then got the pass interception as Drew Watson, playing free safety back there, came up and made the pick.
Good defense there from the Chargers. Down by 14. Still a chance to get back into this one. Layup up, no good, but free throw is going to come away for Persinger.
Field goal shooting for Peoria Christian has got to be way, way down. It was 28% at the half, right? It's way less than that now.
They shot 38% in the first quarter. And then they followed it up shooting just 18% in the second. We'll get another look at it. There's the foul. Persinger misses first free throw.
Well, 9 points in the middle two quarters total for Peoria Christian. And for an up-tempo team, that is atypical.
13-point deficit now. Timeout going to be taken. Bombers leading. We'll get a quick word from one of our sponsors here. Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. We got Dwayne Hulett over with Coach Jeff Dahl for the West Hancock Titans. We'll send it over to him right now.
Back here, now it's Coach Dahl's turn. Talk to Coach Harris. He was talking about maybe a little war of attrition we were talking about. These two teams had some less rest than you guys are going to have even. They look a little tired maybe.
They do, and we have short benches, so it's it's going to be a gut check, see who's toughest, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys are a short bench, but your shortness is not in height. Is that going to be a key for you guys tonight?
It is. We got to try to keep Cooper in a good spot for him when we're guarding, and not give up easy baskets by pulling him out. I'm sure they'll try to do that. So we got to counter that and play defense in a good way for us.
Well, of course, they're last year's champions. Landon Bull, the MVP, is back. Kuniko, who is shooting lights out from the three of late. So they've got a pretty good inside-out game.
They do, and they complement each other well. Bull's just a really hard matchup because he's a point forward. Like, he runs their offense a lot. So, and he's big, and he's got a receding hairline already.
And he's got a beard like a 35-year-old too.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is, but they do a good job of keeping kids in school.
I was joking with Coach Harris because he made that three at the end of the game, and he shushed Coach Harris, and that's an inside joke. Would you ever have an inside joke with a player that allowed them to shush you after hitting a three?
Yeah, probably. If you're winning like they were, I think you could. But no, there's always something like that gets to be funny throughout the year for you.
Well, Coach, good luck this evening, and we'll talk to you at halftime and hopefully for your sake at the end of the game.
Thank you. That would be fun.
All right, back to you guys.
There's Coach Jeff Dahl for the West Hancock Titans. He's familiar with being in this situation. 1998 Warsaw, when he was their head coach, won the championship here at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament and had the MVP in Jason Edwin, a phenomenal player there for Coach Dahl.
It's good to see the coaches are both in good spirits. It'll be very competitive once the opening tip happens here in a little while in that championship game. But teasing each other a little bit there with the receding hairline joke.
Yeah, I do. Speaking of which, we got Elizabeth Hansen in the comment section saying, laughing at the Rock Ridge coach saying Landon Bull has a, quote, old man game. They're going to say a shot clock violation. It'll be Chargers ball. But, quote, old man game, that dude looks like he has two kids and a mortgage. And man.
But and it's a compliment to say this. I had one of the coaches tell me earlier that he plays like he's a 35-year-old guy at the Y that knows everything about the game. And that's the way he plays the game.
Yeah.
He has all kinds of tricks in his bag.
Rebound there from Drew Watson.
And no hair in the forehead to get in the way, right? We're picking on Landon. We better stop. What a game he had in the win over Peoria Christian when he ended up with 26, 10, and 8. I mean, come on. That's a week.
Trey Brickner going to pick up the foul. And, I was talking to some people before a couple of their matchups, and it's not a crazy thing to say. Like, when you hear it, you're like, well, that's what you should do. But he doesn't really miss layups. And I know that's a little bit of a wild thing to say, but if he's in the block, he's putting his shoulder down. He knows how to put it off glass and get him to fall all the time, no matter the pressure.
I mean, that's what we've seen from him for 2 years now. I saw him in sectional play over in Canton last year. What a loaded sectional that was with Manuel and Macomb and Rock Ridge. Boy, that was some good basketball.
And he can knock down the three,
Yep.
Getting to shush his coach. 4 minutes on the clock, halfway through the fourth here. Peoria Christian with it. Three ball up, and there's Brickner with the three. May end up being a little bit too late here in this game. 26-38 the score.
Well, if they get a couple of stops and he gets hot.
Oh, got to watch the hands there. He's going to get called for the foul. It'll be his second.
They've got a couple to give.
They do have a couple to give. I believe that is their second of the quarter. It is.
Here comes Gavin Walder, another guy that can get red hot in a hurry.
Hogue going to have the inbound. Get it into Holthouse now. Conley now with it. Gives it over. Hogue just moving around top of the key. Slow-paced offense here from the Bombers. Give it out. Line ball. Not looking for much inside. Nice drive from Watson. Little floater. That's no good. Ball tipped around. Hogue comes away with it. Good job getting the rebound for the offense. Shot clock goes back to 35. Baseline drive. Loses control. Brickner comes away with it. Fast break chance. Doesn't give it up. Loses control of the dribble. Eisenbach, or Lineball rather, gets away with it. Reverse layup. Man, that's tough there from Watson.
A little extra English to get that one to get spinning off the backboard into the hoop.
Beautiful shot there from the Bombers. 3-point corner. Brickner no good. Rebounded by Drew Watson, and the Bombers are going to slow it back down. They got a 26-40 lead here. Hogue with it, moving it around. If the score continues as it is, there's a 3-point shot. Holthouse knocks it down. The Sports Corner 3, and a timeout taken by the Bombers.
We're going to, you know what, we got another interview in the stands, and it's Dwayne Hulett has found a guy with a really weird-looking toque. Get the mic on.
I thought we were going to play an ad, Will Thomas, but we're coming live right now. Will is the new director of all things that our athletic department broadcasts for ESPN Plus, and Will's been helping us immensely this weekend. Will, how much fun has this tournament been for you?
This tournament's great. I think it's a great opportunity for a bunch of different people around the area to AC Western Illinois University, Western Illinois Athletics. We get to see the equipment that I deal with on a daily basis and get their hands on. One of the biggest tools when I took this job was trying to get people to understand what we do as broadcasters and as production people and see the equipment that it's a lot of fun to mess with and have fun time doing with it.
Well, there's at least one high school student helping us today that wants to come here in the broadcasting department, so this is just kind of an inside look at what they can do here at Western, isn't it?
I would love to make it a pipeline. Like, go work for me, work for you, work for us all, and have these great opportunities where you get to be a junior in high school like we have today, working on $1,000 equipment that they will see in the real industry.
Well, I appreciate all the help, and I appreciate Western for letting us use this stuff as Peoria Christian is still trying to get back in this game, but the Bombers look like they might be on their way to a third-place finish.
Yeah, Macomb came in strong today. They fell earlier in the day and have rebounded very well, coming to get that third-place trophy. Peoria Christian just looks like they ran out of gas. Had a lot of effort, late comeback against Rockridge earlier, and just starting to run out of gas here late. Second game of the day, 4 games in 3 days. A lot of basketball.
Yeah, a lot of basketball, and we'll send it back for a lot more basketball to Luke and BJ on the call of this third-place game.
You know, we were talking about earlier about receding hairlines there for Bull, but underneath that nice little beanie of Will's,
Yeah,
I'll end it there. But
that's why he wears the goofy looking toque right there.
a big thank you to Will Thomas. He's absolutely amazing. I go to school here at Western Illinois University, and he gives us so many opportunities to use the equipment, to get experience, and it is great experience. If you're looking for a field in the sports broadcasting area, this is a great place to come.
You talk about a full beard. I mean, Will's got a full, thick beard.
Ooh,
Last
yeah.
week we pulled a 78 Nova out of there that had been there.
Oh, my. Travel going to be called here against the Bombers. 1:40 to go here in this one. It looks like they're going to get the win. They're up by 15 now. Number 20, Colin Adams will check into the game.
78 Nova. There was a cell phone in there.
A Nokia, maybe.
A Nokia, yeah. There was one of those George Foreman grills. There's just a lot of stuff in there.
They kick it over, corner, baseline drive. Little reverse layup. Oh, it doesn't fall. Rebounded by Linebaugh. And the Bombers, 1:20 on the clock. Look like they're going to seal this one, putting in some young players, getting them some minutes.
Chance to play on the big floor here. They'll do it again next year, all these underclassmen, when they come back. 15-point lead for the Bombers. Third-place game will be going to them in about a minute and 5 seconds.
The youngest player listed on this squad is Nick Elby. He's a sophomore. Only underclassman listed for the Bombers on their roster. Martin Polk Jr. gets the rebound. They're just moving it around now with 30 seconds on the shot clock. That pass going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bombers. Number 42, Isaac House, will check into the game, along with number 30, Jerron Petty.
And number 24 for the Bombers.
And that's Daniel Taylor. Peoria Christian puts in some players as well. Number 13, Carter Short, checks into the game for the first time. Nash Kaiser checks in, along with Archie Paulson. Number 20, Gage Schroeder is in the game as well. They kick it up. This is Tate Miller with it. Little Euro, nice little shot, no good. Put back, not there either. Rebounded by Penn. Working on the fast break. Kicks it back out. Long two-point shot up, no good there for number 24, Daniel Taylor. Zarian Penn in the game as well here for the Bombers. That shot no good. 5 seconds on the clock. The Bombers 15-point lead, and it looks like they're going to get third place. They are here in the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. Finished runner-up in last year's tournament. They get third here in this one. They take down Peoria Christian, the number 2 seeded team, coming in to the Macomb Western Holiday Tourney.
Well, and Peoria Christian hit the wall right at the end of the first quarter. They led Macomb 13-12, but the pace favored Macomb. The physical play inside on the boards was wearing down the Chargers, and Macomb took over the 1-point lead at halftime. Both teams struggled through that second quarter, but in the second half, Macomb outscores Peoria Christian 24-10, 31-15 over the final 3 quarters of the game.
1-point lead, Macomb, as you said, going into half. And then they just kind of took it from there. 15-point win for the Bombers. They're going to get their third-place trophy, and Peoria Christian is going to get their fourth-place trophy here. And there is Malachi Persinger with it. Maybe not the outcome they wanted, but something they should be proud of here. Some solid teams at this. They're a top 4 team here.
You know, the top 4 seeds made it to the Final Four. And it's just a matter of who's going to finish in what position once you get there. Peoria Christian seeded second, finishes fourth. Macomb seeded fourth, finishes third. And now we've got the number 3 seed, right?
Yep, the Rock Ridge Rockets.
Rock Ridge against number 1,
West Hancock
coming up. So
it's going to be
a tournament.
It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure. We got Coach Jeremy Anderson over with Dwayne Hulett getting an interview here. We'll send it over to him, see what he has to say after the third place.
Coach, third place, not exactly where you wanted to be, but the kids responded really well this evening and played a pretty darn good ball game.
Well, I think it's all about steps in the right direction, right, Dwayne? And playing good, solid half-court defense allows you to take those steps. And I thought all 4 games we were pretty solid. And so it's definitely our foundation, and now we got to keep building on it.
I know some people were saying that maybe Peoria Christian ran out of gas. They don't play a deep bench, but you really don't play that deep of a bench either. And your kids didn't look like they really ran out of gas as much. They spent a lot of time going to the hole, not depending on the three-point shot, it seemed like.
That was what was said at halftime, Dwayne. Looked at the shot chart. They were all out here outside the 3. So we got to try to get the ball close to the basket. That'll help us defensively. It'll help our enthusiasm, and I thought we did a better job of that in the second half.
Well, congratulations on a third-place finish, and maybe you could build on this to go the rest of the season and make another run in the playoffs.
That's the plan. We'll see how it goes.
All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, Dwayne, and thank you, Coach Anderson. We're going to look at some highlights of this one here. Started off hot for both teams, and then Macomb kind of took away with it. There you see Malachi Conley in the third coming down with it. Nice little shot. Walter tried to get his team back into it, but wasn't enough. But gets the put back in there. You see Holthouse finishing inside the lane as well, and really that was the name of the game. The third quarter, 13 points for the Bombers, 4 for Peoria Christian. Corner 3, that one somehow went in at the buzzer for Holthouse, and there you see them working inside.
Well, Holthouse hit that 3 to give them a 10-point lead, and there they follow up. Holthouse miss, and then when the lead was 14 with about 2 minutes left, the final dagger was another Holthouse 3 that just made it completely out of reach. You see the scoreboard from the end zone shots up above, and you see the score rising on the right for Macomb throughout that second half. Not so much for the Rock Ridge Rockets. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face.
A big thank you to all of our cameramen working for us here today. I mean, it wouldn't be possible without them in this.
Oh, they're having a stare down. It's a cameraman stare down.
Oh man, who's going to win? This is back and forth. Is John Reynolds going to blink? We're going to keep talking while this goes on.
I think John blinked.
I think John did blink. 18 points for Braden Holthouse in this one. He shot 6 for 11, the leading scorer in the game. 9 points for Malachi Persinger. He only had 1 there in the second half, and really the name of the game came down to shooting. 38% for the Bombers, 22% there for Peoria Christian. They went 5 for 22 from the three-point line, 5 for 19 for Macomb. It definitely was a fun one, but a really exciting game coming up here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Now, remind people now, you want to watch the final game, you sign off this stream, you go look for game 26, right?
I believe it's game 26. We'll check.
The very last game, the only one that hasn't played yet.
Game 26.
Make sure you log into that one so you can watch the next game. We'll go live here in about 8 minutes with the pregame. So Rock Ridge warming up to your left as you look at your screen, and West Hancock on the right. Size versus strength and experience, and the defending champions trying to win 2 in a row, and West Hancock wants to have something to say about that.
That's going to be it from this stream here. The Bombers get the win, take third. Peoria Christian gets fourth. I'm Luke Little. He's BJ Stone.
I am.
We'll be right back for this championship matchup here on the 78th annual Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. That's it from this here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We'll be back for the chip.